I was probably right about that, but what I didn't know was he was also seeing another guy.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Alright guys, I am doing a mukbang today because I have not done a video yet and I'm eating dinner, so why not? So my babe over there eating, he just made some homemade from scratch chicken Alfredo. And tell me the ingredients one more time.
Chicken, lemon pepper.
Chicken, lemon pepper.
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Heavy whipping cream.
Heavy whipping cream.
Garlic.
And garlic. And some sriracha drizzle. And some scallions on top. So, that's my dinner for tonight. Got my drinking water here. I'm not used to doing mukbangs, so here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss a topic. This might make you feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to do a story time while I eat, and the story time is gonna be about the time I dated a guy who was dating another guy. Alright? I'm like, no, seriously.
I know.
This is a true story, guys. True story. So let me try this first before I get into this story. It's hilarious. Oh my god.
Isn't that bad?
So good. This is so good. And he used spaghetti noodles for it. Oh my gosh. Just like the fresh cheese makes such a difference. And sauce. Thank you, babe. No, you're not. Alright, so let's start the story off. So, start off by saying how I met this guy. So, internet dating was big back in my day and in this day today. So I met this guy from Facebook. I was going to a college in Florida and he was like a recommended friend on Facebook. So I added him and then he like wrote to me and you know, it was like basic like, hi, how are you, who are you, blah blah blah, getting to know each other. Yeah, pretty much. So started talking and I looked on his page and was like, you know, we're in Florida, so there's a lot of Puerto Ricans. So this guy was Puerto Rican. I'm not gonna say his real name. Let's call him, what's a Puerto Rican name? Let's call him Jeff, which is not Puerto Rican at all. Arturo. Orale, that's like Mexican. Let's call him Jeff, since you said Jeff. So this Puerto Rican guy named Jeff, I messaged him. Well, okay, sorry. He messaged me first on Facebook. We started talking, get to know each other. We found out that we went to the same school, same college, and we just like talked a lot online. And then eventually he was like, do you want to go out on a date? So I said yes. This is so good. Look at that. So good. I need a break. Sorry if food gets on my lips, guys. Alright, let's go on with the story. So, he wanted to take me on a date, and we went on a date. What was our first date? Let me think. It was a movie. So we were talking on the phone a lot, text messaging, and then we saw a movie. I do not remember the movie, but we went out and he picked me up. He came to my apartment, picked me up. After he just like dropped me off like a gentleman. Like he didn't give off many gay tendencies, honestly. He was Puerto Rican, so I don't know if like I'm being offensive. I'm sorry if I'm being offensive, but Puerto Ricans tend to talk in a way that's like girly, you know what I mean? Like they have their accents, and then when they speak English, like a lot of the Puerto Rican guys I've encountered, they just sound feminine, you know? So this was one of those guys. But he was like, he dropped me off, he was a gentleman, he didn't even kiss me or anything, blah blah blah. And yeah, we just had a lot in common, so that's how that started. So awkward to like tell a story while you eat, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah. It's so good though, babe. Love you. Are you mad at me? No. Just making sure. Don't be sad now. Don't be sad at me.
I'm not sad.
sad
I
at
was
me?
looking down at my foot because it itches.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I forget that my natural face is a fucking sad face.
It really is. It really is. That's
Just
weird.
look down. Calm down, please.
I'm so sorry. I'm just kidding. I love you. Alright guys, back to my story. This is gonna be so hard to edit because all this bullshit. I swear. Fuck. This is a dysfunctional mukbang story time. Okay. Back to the pasta. So much sauce on my lips. Alright, so me and this guy, we talked a lot, went to the same school together, so we had like lunch dates and stuff, and
Lunch dates.
or like lunch dates on campus, and we started like really liking each other. I thought it was honestly weird that we went on like 3 dates and he didn't kiss me or anything or try to make a move. I thought that was super weird. So I like confronted him about it, and I was like, do you want to be friends or do you want to like date? Because I was very confused. We were going on dates and we weren't kissing. So I texted him and was like talking about it, and he literally lived down the street from me. So he drove that night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. He drove to my apartment, and then he was like, come outside, and then he kissed me. It was kind of like super romantic, honestly, that he did that.
Whoa, really?
It was.
That's all I heard was super romantic, really. I'm like, whoa. She's not talking about me.
Shut up. I haven't got to use Storytime, okay? I'll get there eventually.
I know, you're just speaking truth.
I'm just telling a story.
I'm just saying, I'm over here playing the piano, and I stop and I hear romantic and such.
Oh my god. This is so hard to do when your boyfriend's sitting right next to you guys. I was in college. I didn't, I was young. Okay, anywho. So yeah, it was so romantic. He just drove up to my house and he kissed me and he was like, I do like you. And I thought we were dating also. I just moved slow. And I was like, oh my god, I'm a jerk. So after that, I super, super liked him. Like, more. And we dated even more. So, one second. I just eat a little more of this pasta. This chicken is so good. we never did it. You guys know what I'm talking about. We just kissed. And after we kissed the first time, we, you know, like, made out on other dates. And okay, so we dated for about, let me say, I'm gonna say a little over a month. So it was like 5 or 6 weeks. Okay, he was the only guy I was dating. I was the only girl he was dating, I thought. I was probably right about that, but what I didn't know was he was also seeing another guy. Bitch. So how I found this out is very interesting. So I have a little sister, and she and we lived together at the time, and she was over at her friend's house. Okay, so my little sister's over at her friend's house. I'm home alone doing my homework or whatever. I don't remember that day that well, but she was like texting me. I was like, how's your sleepover going, you know? And she's like, it's good. She was like, oh my god, I gotta tell you something. And she asked me questions first. She's like, who's the guy that you're dating? She didn't know what he looked like, but she knew his name was oh my god, I just said his real name.
You gotta bleep that
Rewind.
out. You gotta bleep that out.
I gotta bleep it out.
Yeah, probably. Like,
I do.
you probably should.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. His name was...
No, give him a fake name.
I did!
Jeff. Jeff
did.
was his name, right?
Jeff was his name.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got-
Real.
What did you say his name? Now I gotta bleep it out twice. Stop making me bleep stuff. Do you know how hard it is to bleep stuff on editing? Well, no, it's not. It's very hard. Anyways, okay. So she texted me. She was like, "Hey, Brittany, what's your boyfriend's name again?" And he wasn't my boyfriend necessarily, but I was dating him, and I was like, "His name is Jeff." Her friend, she was like, my friend's brother is hanging out with this guy and he has the same name. And she started describing him to me, and she was like, it's like this skinny guy, he's a Puerto Rican guy, his haircut is like really short. And I was like, that sounds like Jeff, like it sounds like the guy that I'm seeing. And I was like, why, what's up with him, like what do you have to tell me? She was like, I seen them making out. I was like, who? Your friend and Jeff? And she was like, no, my friend's brother and Jeff. I'm like, what? No, because her friend's brother is gay and very open about it. And she was spending the night at their house, and she saw Jeff and her best friend's brother making out. I was like, I couldn't even fathom that at the time. It's like, oh my god. And then it really sunk in, and I was like, girl, he is gay. Like he's way too nice and sweet and romantic and like to be straight. No offense. He's not listening. He has headphones on. But I'm sorry, but he was like way too nice, and a straight guy would have probably made a move by then, and he did not. So it did make sense. I was shocked right away, but then I understood, and I was like, damn, that sucks. I thought I was dating a good guy, which he was good. He was just also dating guys. So yeah, let's take another bite. I did not tell him right away. We weren't texting that night. So the next day, I literally could not hold it in, because I believe my sister. I didn't even question her. And I texted him and I was like, do you know, I don't want to say his name either. I was like, do you know Ryan? And he was like, I know a Ryan. Why? And I was like, does he have a little sister named? And he was like, yeah. He was like, how do you know him? And I was like, that's my sister's best friend's brother. And he was like, oh, like really short answers, like, oh, and then he stopped texting me. And then I texted him and I was like, are you dating him? Just like straight out just said, are you dating him? And he waited like almost an hour to text me back, and then he texted me, can we talk in person? Super clear that he was cheating on me with another guy. So that's how that went down. Very weird. I wasn't trying to make him feel bad or anything. I really wasn't. I was just trying to like let him know I knew. And I was like, are you dating him? Like, it's cool. I guess he's bisexual or just really in the closet still. And still to this day, I don't know.
In the closet still, and to this day, I don't know.
Well, you know why I don't know?
No.
Because that happened, right? I found out he was kissing another guy, right? And then guess what? Guess what?
I can't even guess what.
2 years later, he gets engaged to a girl. 2 years after that, he gets her pregnant. But he's gay. Can you say that on YouTube? Babe, I gotta edit all this out.
No, you just bleep. If on the video it says I didn't say beep, 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 and the
no, but I don't want to bleep all this stuff. It's more editing.
No, that's better content right there. That's comedy.
That's my story of how I dated a guy who was dating another guy. Oh my god, my chin was so greasy. Ew. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We stayed friends after that, and then it just slowly faded. It was super weird. The only time that's ever happened to me that I know of. And just wanted to share that story with you guys. Ugh, that's something on me. You guys didn't tell me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the storytime video, and I intend to do a lot more for you guys. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions for me, comment down below. And if you're watching this video, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. And I upload as often as possible for me. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and tune in for the next video.
Every single day